best in every fight, but he was in every fight.
Right.
Is it possible we could even see a fourth? Because there's an appetite for it.
Yes, there will. We joke about it, unfinished business, but there's a couple of things before that.
Brilliant.
You know, we'll see if Usyk fights Fury. If he doesn't, maybe we'll have Usyk.
Shelly Finkel continues to blame Anthony Joshua why the fight between him and Wilder did not happen. And basically, he says Joshua continues to make excuses. He doesn't blame Eddie Hearn. He says if fighters want the fight to happen, it will happen. And he continues to say Joshua did not want the fight to happen, even though he said he wanted $50 million. We had $50 million to offer him, and he still turned it down. So it sounds like Finkel is trying to take the Fury route and talking about they're done with Anthony Joshua, which we know that ain't true because Joshua is a cash cow in the heavyweight division. Also, as true boxing fans, we know that $50 million they offered Joshua was tied to things that Joshua cannot be involved with because he has other business obligations he's tied to. But with that being said, Deontay Wilder's manager says if the Fury and Uysk fight cannot be made, one of the options they would like to have is to fight Uysk for the heavyweight titles that he has. They also still have the Andy Ruiz fight on the table, which would be cool if Eddie Hearn gets a hold of that and put that on the zone. I think Eddie Hearn has the pull to get that fight put on in the Middle East. So Wilder and Ruiz would have a chance to take some of that Arab money. Another option for Wilder, and a year ago, people did not believe this was going to happen. They thought it was a joke. But now there is a possibility that it could be a Wilder versus Fury 4. And that can take place in the Middle East, or it would sell big in the UK. I'm telling you, if the UK fans bought and sold out the Chisora fight, what are they going to do with the Wilder versus Fury 4? I mean, the last three, the trilogy, was in America. This one will be in the UK, and I think it would do well in the UK. As we know with Tyson Fury, he does not like taking risky fights. So it sounds like to me, when it comes to a Fury-Usyk fight, he is trying to price himself out. The biggest fear of Tyson Fury, at least what I hear him talk, is losing. He holds that over every heavyweight in the division right now that's on top of the game, that I'm undefeated and you're not. Why would he think about taking a Wilder 4 and fighting a Chisora for the third time, which he beat easily the first two times? Because there's no risk of losing fights like these. And Wilder seems like these next 2 years of his boxing career, which he says will be the end of his career, he's taking fights with big money. And regardless what Shelly Finkel says, I do not think Wilder wants to fight Usyk. I don't think his management team wants to fight Usyk. And I'm not very confident that they want the Ruiz fight. I think the two fights on the top of their list is a Tyson Fury versus Wilder 4 in the UK and an Anthony Joshua fight in the Middle East. If he ends up fighting Usyk, I give him props. But to me, Usyk was just a name Finkel dropped. A name drop. That's all it was. Anyway, leave your thoughts and comments below. Jay Beasy, I'm gone.